Welcome back to the arcade. My name is Vince, and in this editor video I'll show you how to change the mood of your scene using lighting, Skybox, and fog. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get started. So the first thing you'll want to do is head over in your modern browser to arcade.com and load up a scene that you've created. In this example, I'll be loading up a Traverse level that I've made recently. And Traverse tips its hat to Monkey Ball, where you have a character in a ball and he's going to roll around. And you're traversing the level trying to get from A to B, the goal. And here's that level. In fact, let me go full screen. Alright, so in this scene you'll see that we're using a number of items. In fact, let me highlight those by turning them off. I'll turn off the Skybox, I'll turn off fog, and I'll turn off post-processing and the grid. So you'll see this scene right here totally feels different than with the items turned on, right? And that mood is kind of what we're covering today. So the first one, lighting, grab your lighting game object, and this object can be manipulated, so you can actually rotate the light. You can change the colors of the light. Ooh. You can do a night scene where you turn down the shadows and make it kind of darker. In addition to diffuse lighting, underneath the window lighting menu, you'll have access to your ambient color, and fog. Typically I'll want to do a fog that matches the horizon line. So right here it's very dark, but I could sample the horizon line, make it that pink, but it doesn't have to be. It could be blue if you wanted it to. And then the fall off color, or the fall off values, I typically do the scale of the scene. So if we wanted it to fall off quicker or later, we could do that. And then this last item on the bottom, the shadow distance, will show you kind of like where shadows come in and out of the scene. Alright, so that's it for lighting, ambient lighting, diffuse lighting, and fog. Let's go to skyboxes. So in this scene I have, let me turn off audio. I have a gradient skybox where the top is blue, horizon is pink, and the bottom is this off blue. And I can change the power, and that would be, they're the same colors. That power basically dictates how tight that gradient falls off. And the bottom item, clamp, is what happens at those values. Does it continue on, or does it actually clamp to that bottom color? So that's it for the gradient skybox. Let's go over to the procedural skybox. Now this models daytime lighting a little bit more. So you have your sun size, convergence, atmosphere, and you don't have the ability to customize the colors as much, but it does simulate a sky. You can tint the sky differently. Change the ground color, which is down here, and the exposure. But what I find is that it is hard to kind of get the exact colors that you're looking for, so I'll go with Skybox Gradient generally, or six-sided. And six-sided uses textures. The best way to do that is to go Windows, Import, go to the Asset Library, and select a Skybox. Skyboxes are under Material, Skybox, and you have just a number of skyboxes to choose from. So if you were to choose a night scene, it might look like this. A daytime scene might look like this or this. And The Skybox, the 6-sided Skybox, just uses kind of a sky cube, or it's look like you're on the inside of a box. So if I were to select this Skybox, I'd want to match up the fog color to it to kind of give a better representation of that fog at a distance. And so this doesn't look that bad either. Alright, well that about wraps it up. Let's go ahead and play our scene right now so you can kind of get a feel of what the original scene looked like.
Ready? Go!
So you can see that there's a fog at a distance. We're using the Skybox gradient. Our fog is at about 200, so like those clouds at a distance and that island at a distance is going to get some of that fog color. And we're using the depth of field shader so that items at a distance will kind of blur out. And it looks pretty good. Alright, well there you have it, everybody. We've set the mood of our scene using lighting, Skybox, and fog. Alright, until next video, everybody. I'm Vince. Happy gaming.